interested party.
Public Auditor Doris Flores Brooks believes it's been long enough.
The receiver, certainly has done a good job, a great job actually for that matter.
Brooks is referring to the 4 years that the Layon Landfill has been managed by receiver Gershman, Brickner, and Bratton. And while she says difficult decisions were made back then by District Court Judge Francis Tidinko Gatewood, it's now time to put the responsibility within the hands of the Guam Solid Waste Authority Board.
But now that we're here, it's when will GovGuam be given the opportunity to show that it can handle this, or more importantly, how long will the receiver continue to handle this? The contrast there is, isn't 4 years long enough? And that's what I'm just raising that question for the judge to consider, as well as the people of Guam.
In an open letter to the people of Guam issued Sunday, Brooks writes the board should be given the opportunity and funding to get its management team in place and be allowed to manage and operate Layon.
The reason behind the letter was because of the judge's decision a few months ago to delay the transition. Certain board members have been talking to me for the past year about their frustration in dealing with the receiver. Like they can't even begin to advertise, much less fund their management team, to secure a general manager and members of their senior management team.
Brooks says the transition was initially going to be at the end of the year, but was delayed with no date set. The transition, she adds, should not be done all at once.
I want to see an orderly transition.
Brooks says the transition can and should be done under the watchful eye of the court. She adds the next fiscal year should be the time when GovGuam is allowed to prove not only to the judge, but the people of Guam that Guamanians are fully capable of running Layon. The letter, meanwhile, comes less than a month after the OPA released the findings of an audit of GSWA for fiscal year 2014. Brooks says her experience on the audit led her to see some of the bad blood that occurred between the receiver and the governor's representatives, noting the audit was repeatedly delayed because of disagreements by the receiver. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.